We're back. We're back to the alchemy ways. We're back to Opus Magnum. Hello everyone. Now, where we left off, we stole a whole bunch of lead because we are going to make ourselves some gold. So, here we go. We are going to separate the lead out. That makes a lot of sense as to what we would do in order. So, as always, this is sped up. And we have 3 outlets, which is handy. I don't know that I need all 3 necessarily. And I'm immediately thinking at this point, well, I can just grab it and spin it round using the middle element. And as it spins, it will separate the nodges, you see there? So now I've got 2 separators. We're going to grab it and we're going to rotate it and we're going to see how far around it goes until it collides. Because that many, I can go all the way around. And now I've got a couple of separated ones there, you see. I then want to see what happens with the ones on the top. And I get a little bit transfixed with the idea of keeping it this formation rather than going back. Looking back now, I feel like putting the one in the middle and the bottom would have made more sense. I probably could have done them all that way, if we're being honest. But you know what? It's fine. I get there eventually. See, now what I've realised is I've managed to get a couple of them off. But now it's colliding with another one, so I need to separate that one off and move them together. There you go. And now we keep rotating. But now I've got 2 stuck in the back there. You can see them. They're not going to move now. And that concerns me. So I try to rotate it first. And then move a bunch of them around to see. Move that up. Still don't work because they collide, so I've got to extend it a little bit. There we go. Still not going to work. There's still some stuck at the back. And you see, if I'd have put the separator on the bottom rather than the top, I wouldn't have this issue. But at the time, honestly, I didn't really think much about it. So I decided I'm going to stick with it. But now what I'm going to do is I'm only going to move the white salt elements. That's all I'm going to do. Because if I move the white bits and rotate it as I'm going, there you go, look, we will be left with just the second element that we need that isn't salt. I try and get rid of that, but it has a go at me. And I need it anyway. It turns out I do need it, so I do get it back. So, everything is now kind of in place. I bring it out because I need it. Realise, okay, I need to change it. Number 1 arm to an extendy arm. So, let's move all of the stuff from 1 to 4. And then let's move it across. So we give it a go. I know I'm going to need to bring it up anyway. Pop, there you go, it's separated. So now we can move this here. I'm trying to find the best placement to put it. This is the wrong placement. You'll see why in a minute. Get everything in place and it collides with the arm. So it has to be this way anyway. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, you see I'm spinning it the wrong way there. So I need to get rid of those and move them across. And there we go. You see, you can see now it's all in place. You can see that it's all going to work now. So I feel like that should do it. I need to move. Pop, pop, pop. There it is. You see that? All done. I realise I don't need to rotate it anymore. It's all done. I tried to shrink it down a little bit because I feel like the area's a bit big. So I tried to shrink this down, but I realised if I do, it won't work. It has to be that distance, whereas that can be closer. It can't because it still collides. So it all still has to be exactly where it was. It was all fitted lovely. And here we go. This is it in real time. Dum, dum, boom. There we go. Look at that. Actually very simple once you get down to it. And now we do one more. Sorted. Lovely. There we go. Almost. See, I'm always like, and one more, and one more. But if you look, the costs are amazing. The area is the best. Cycles are a little bit long. But the area is perfect. Yeah, the cycles are a little bit long. But like I've said, I get 2 out of 3, then that's me done. So 2 out of 3 is the way we need it. He's concerned that this was a bit dangerous. And no one's done it for a while. But we did it. And now we have stain remover, we have sword alloy, we have invisible ink, and we have purified gold. Now the gold is what we're really aiming for. So I'm not going to go for the gold. I'm going to look at what these are so you can get an idea of what they look, what it's asking me to do. And I'm going to pick the one I want to do mainly. See, we've got a new thing now. You put 2 regents of the same thing and you get that. So we've got to make a whole big thing and we've got to do bits and pieces, and it's a little bit convoluted. It looks like it's going to take a little time. Look at the sword alloy. He basically needs a new sword, so he wants a stronger alloy. And it's a recurring one, and it's 2 different metals. But when you actually look, we have no quicksilver. We have to use 2 of the same metal. So we've got to use those 2 to keep going up to get what we need. And it feels like this is going to be a bit also convoluted. So we're not going to do that one just yet. And I look at the last one, because I'm not going to look at gold. I pushed it by accident. Little tease. And we need invisible ink. So I have a look at it and I realise that, well, they're not too bad. They're going to be the thing that you put 2 salts in and you get the plus and minus. But actually they're the same things. They're the exact same designs, just with the plus in one and the minus in the other slightly rotated. For example, I take them out. And you see, they're exactly the same. It is just a case of putting one in one and one in the other. So I'm going to go with that one. So that is what we are going to see right now. Again, it's sped up. And again, the goddamn placement is weird. And it takes me a little while to work out how I'm going to do this. My first thought is to move around at the back. But I realise I need salt. And that is a problem here, because I don't have salt. So I decide actually I could just move an arm along the bottom here. And then that would then allow me to put the salt in the right places. Okay, so there we go. Just making sure that it works, first of all. I want a movable arm as well. Pop, there we go. we have our plus and we have our minus. So I bring this down. I basically want to try and put things in different places to make sure that everything kind of works. So I'll put it to the right point. I'm going to try and go for the salt at the top first. And the reason I'm going to go for the salt at the top first is because I can place that down and then put some other bits and pieces in place before I actually call out the plus and the minus. So there we go. We are going to work this as we go along. So I try to rotate it, but it doesn't work because it's not salt then. It was, you see, it's not salt there. And I realise that, yeah, you have to move across it, then rotate it. There we go, we've got the first 2 points. Now we need to work out whether we need the plus or the minus, and we'll do whichever one makes more sense first. So we do need to use these to put the salts in place and call out the plus and the minus. There it is. And then in theory, I only need to let go, because I'm just going to be moving for the plus or the minus, so I don't need to reset arm 1. And then I think, well, we'll go down because we're already in line for that, so it'll be quicker. That will help our cycles a bit. There you go, look at that. Now I just need to place the one water, I think that is. And I realise if I put one there, it's the exact same length it was, but it's much more useful now. Because I can use arm 2 to place the final air. And we've got our completed product. Well, one of our completed products. And we know the way this works. Half of them have to be one and half of them have to be the other. I make a little mistake, but I reset it, so it doesn't matter. I'm now going to move it up. I have to be careful, because I don't want to move that. You see, now I just need to go up. There it is. And now if I move across, my first thought is to kind of rotate arm 2. But then I actually think if I just move it across just one more, then I can just drop it down and it's no rotating the areas a bit tighter. There it is, look at that, that's one done. So now I need to work out number 2. At which point I realise, hold on a minute, I don't need to actually do the double salt, because we've already got the plus. We used the minus just now. There you go. So you see, I don't want to get it connected to that one spot because that will cause problems. So what I'm going to have to do is, there you go, I've realised that I can just rotate the arm and I don't have to move it from where it is to grab it. So actually coming down 1 to get the minus first worked out so much better than I thought. Boom, boom. There's that. And there you go. It's all in. I just need the last piece. You'll see here, bop, I knocked it. So I just need to move that out 1. And I'm gonna bring it in. I'm going to grab the end, move it to where the first one is, and just bring it in one. You'll see. Pop, pop, pop. Doop, 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 doop. There it is. Look at that. All done. And I place my piece down, and here it is. So it all goes a little bit slower now because we're going at normal speed. There it is. Look at that. It's all done. It is perfect. And this is exactly what we needed to do. So there you go. 2 more puzzles complete. In the next episode, I am going to do the final 3 in this area. So that's the 2 that looked slightly harder and the gold. I haven't looked at the gold yet, and it's the highest of the elements. So that, and I don't want to know what's going to be with it. It's not going to be fun. You see, again, areas and costs are fantastic. Cycles are encroaching the bad part. I really don't know. I want them to go any further than that, to be honest. But that's all positive. 2 out of 3. It's very good. We got ourselves some invisible inky. And there we go. So, thank you very much for watching. Next week, we will be doing the stain remover, the sword alloy, and we will look at the gold. If I think I can do the gold, I will probably do the gold. If I don't think I can, then it might move on to the next episode. But we'll see. We'll see all next week. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Take a look at some of the other videos I'm doing. There are links on the screen. Keep an eye out for Fallout Friday, in which I see if I can get myself the key for the west part of the bridge. And I will see you again next time.